Hello from a very sunny Blackpool, but don't let that deceive you, by the way, because it is absolutely freezing. It's an icy wind blowing down my ears at the moment. Clear blue sky, but it's only about 12 degrees, as I say, with that really icy wind. A lot better than yesterday. Yesterday I tried to walk along the Golden Mile and I couldn't even get along the front yesterday. The sky was grey as hell. The sea was like crashing against the walls yesterday, and the wind. I was walking along the front from a hotel to another hotel, dragging my suitcase, and literally the case was getting dragged back off me. So I was doing one step forward and about four steps backwards. I was getting nowhere yesterday on the front of the Golden Mile. I wanted to do a little bit of footage yesterday, but it was ridiculous. The camera was getting blown out my hand. It's a lot better today, but as I say, it's gone a lot colder. Just have a little spin round, you can see the sea. It's still a bit rough, but it's nowhere near as bad as yesterday. Those waves were right up here on these steps, just crashing against this wall. But it's a nicer day today, so I thought I'd take a little wander. I'm going from North Pier right up to South Pier, so I thought I'd just take a little walk along. I've got my case, so you might hear my case getting dragged in the background, and I just thought I'd see what Blackpool has to offer on a September cold, icy cold day. I actually thought they'd finish doing the illuminations because I was here on the 30th of August when they turned the lights on. There we go, they're on, it's going up. Are we ready? There we go. Blackpool Illuminations 2024. But I've noticed they're still out, as you can see there. They're putting up these like bauble lights here, these huge ones. They had them here last year because I remember walking through them. But you can still see that they are working still on some lights. So not all the lights were on the big switch on. I think probably one of the, or should I say two of the main arcades here in Blackpool have got to be Coral Island and of course the Golden Mile over the road. Nice little cafe in Coral Island, I like to go in there. It's got like a selection of food. You can have oriental, you can have your usual fish and chips, your pie and chips, but they have like separate counters you can order on your mobile phone. And I've been in there and had a few meals. The fish and chips is really nice in there. I say I'm going to take a walk along there. That blue sky looks lovely, but as I say, it's very deceiving because it's absolutely freezing. Apologies for the sound of the suitcase, but I can't get away from that. Yeah, heading my way up now to Central Pier. And this is where I shot most of my footage for the big switch on of the lights, as I said, on the 30th of August. Because I had to be up here out the way because of the rackets, the noise coming off the stage, copyright music was blaring, and therefore the video was being taken down. If you've not seen the switch on one, it's already on the channel, have a little look. Now it's weird because I've got out of that wind now and I can feel that sun. So obviously it depends on where you're standing. There's an icy cold wind down on the beach, but now that sun is actually burning now. Your sea life, your funland, and of course Madden Tussauds just in the distance there. I wasn't sure if Central Pier would be open, but it obviously is because I've just seen the big wheel going round and I can see people walking on the pier, so I might take a walk onto the pier. Yeah, I can see a couple of rides are going as well. See, the kids have gone back to school, so I wasn't sure if the piers would be open, but it looks like they are. Again, as I'm getting closer towards Central Pier, I'm blaring out here, walking on sunshine, so copyright music again. As you can see, the big wheels going round on Central Pier, and you can still see out there. That sea still looks rough. I love this little light display in front of me. Let's pull back a bit. I think it's called Odyssey. I could be totally wrong, but I'm sure on the illuminations they had a sign shining onto the floor that said Odyssey. So if you know a bit more about these lights, put it down in the comments. I think they are actually called Odyssey. That all completely lights up and sort of like glows different colours during the night. Let me know in the comments down below. Am I correct? Is it called Odyssey? Well, I am surprised that the pier is open. The kids are all back at school and it's only a midweek day, so very surprised that the pier is open. And just looking, the rides are going. I'm not sure if they're all going.
I can't leave it on its own. I'll get him on the big wheel though.
Now you're probably wondering why I'm back in Blackpool, or maybe you're not wondering, maybe you don't care. I'm back because I got the taste for Blackpool when I was here on the big switch on the 30th of August. I thought, "Do you know what, I haven't done some hotels in Blackpool for a while. So I'm here to review 4 hotels while this week while I'm in Blackpool. A couple of people have asked me where I'm up to so far. I am still playing catch up, unfortunately. That's part of the channel. You have to play catch up, you have to get your content, and it takes a while to get that content out there, especially if you do quite a lot of hotels. So coming up next week, you'll find the Benidorm ones, that I recorded when I actually got robbed in Benidorm. But you'll see the hotels that I reviewed during my stay in Benidorm, and then followed by the week I had in Tenerife and Los Cristianos. Those videos are going to come up as well shortly. Within the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to get all these videos, and then these Blackpool ones that I'm doing now will probably be with you in about 3 to 4 weeks. It's called catch up because unfortunately you don't record the videos. The people don't understand that. Some people don't understand how it's done. You don't record the video and then put it up unless it's alive. Then you go live there and then. But you don't sort of like record a hotel then put it on that night. There's a lot of editing. There's a lot of material you don't even see that ends up on the floor. So I am playing catch up. Bear with me. A few people have asked where the Tenerife videos are. I've just got rid of all of Thailand. They're all done. Scarborough, York, that's out the way. And the Belfast one's coming to a close now as well. So Benidorm, Tenerife, then Blackpool. So watch out for them. They're all coming your way shortly. And now I said to you that it was actually freezing here down at North Pier. It was icy cold down here. Now I'm boiling. It's gone from one to another. So I'm going to take a little walk along now. I'm heading towards my final hotel that I'm reviewing here in Blackpool during this stay. And that is right up very close to the Pleasure Beach. So let's take a little walk up. I say this all along, you know, there's just something about Blackpool. I don't know what it is. I actually love it. People say it's tacky. Some people say it's run down. Some people say it's nothing like it used to be. But you know, times change, and I still think Blackpool's got something for everyone. If you get the weather. I'm talking about weather. We haven't really had the weather this year. It's been summer never really happened this year, didn't it? We've got a couple of weeks. All right, don't jump. It's usually the other way around. It's usually the seagulls frightening the public, not the other way around. As you can see the big one in the distance. That hasn't been open the last few days due to the fact of the high winds. They've actually kept the big one closed. As I said, the winds yesterday were unbelievable. I know Blackpool can get windy, but yesterday was ridiculous. Let's zoom in on that one. I love that place over there as well. You can hear it in the background there. Pat's 10 pence bingo.
White line 7 and 5, 75. Red and blue, some 30. White 70, line 70. Yellow 5, 25. Blue 4 and 7, 47. Yellow 4 and red 5, 48. Yellow red 5.
Apologies for the noise, but it's me, suitcase I'm dragging behind me. Just looking at some of these hotels that I have reviewed before, if you haven't already seen them on the channel. The yellow one that we're coming up to straight across the road where you can see the bus, just behind the bus there's the Crag Edon, or Crag Edon, whatever way you want to pronounce it. I did a review on that about 6 months ago. If you haven't checked that one, have a little look. Quite a nice hotel. I've done quite a few hotels now in Blackpool. Must have done about 20 hotels in Blackpool. Some right up there, going up towards Cleveley's. I did quite a few up that way. The Imperial, that's one I've done. The Savoy, check that one out as well. They're all on the channel. If anyone's planning on coming to Blackpool, have a little flick through my videos. You will see quite a few hotel reviews that I've done here in Blackpool. Now we're just coming up to this mound of earth with these pipes popping out. This is where I stood and did the footage of the switch on. The camera was shooting down that way. Fireworks came off the top of the tower. This year I didn't think the firework display was really that good. It was just 2 bursts of fireworks, whereas last year they actually set the fireworks off the beach. But anyhow, I stood on this mound here in front of these pipes, and I got a little bit of information off Stephen from Walk on the Wild Side. Apparently he's nicknamed these pipes the pipes of poo, because they are ventilation pipes for the sewer system which runs under these grounds. I noticed this last night when I walked past this building in front of me now, something magical opening summer 2026. And it's got like wizards and witches and posters all over the window. Does anyone know what this is going to be? Is this going to be some sort of like Harry Potter style hotel coming to Blackpool 2026? Doesn't seem to be a lot going on at the moment. Now I'm just coming up to this hotel, which is right on the front. It's a huge blue one, you can't miss it. Completely blue right across. I think it was either 3 or 4 hotels knocked into one, known as the Lindeen. I've stayed at this hotel twice before. If you're looking for a hotel to stay at, give this one a go. I'm not recommending it, I'm just saying it's a nice hotel before you start saying that, you know, you didn't enjoy your stay because I recommended it. I never recommend hotels, but I have stayed at this one twice. The staff are lovely, the entertainment is quite good, and if you do decide to stay, say hello to Tom. Tom's the cabaret compere stroke singer that keeps the whole show going during the night. So if you do go in, go and say hello to Tom. But it is a nice hotel, the Lindeen, big massive blue one here on the front. Now there used to be another hotel that stood next door called St Chad's. That's been pulled down probably a year, maybe 2 years now. It was a huge hotel. St Chad's got pulled down, apparently owned by the same company that owned the Lindeen. Now, when I stayed here, must have been about 6, maybe 9 months ago. Check that video out, by the way. When I stayed here, I did inquire about what was happening regarding next door. And apparently they are going to be building another hotel. But the rumour is that the Lindeen is getting pulled down as well. Now, they wouldn't confirm if this is going to happen. But the rumour that I've heard this time during my stay this week, a couple of people have spoken to me and said the Lindeen is getting pulled down and they're going to build basically one big hotel. I don't know how they're going to go across the side streets, because the side street goes down to other little leads, so they can't really block that side street off. Is it going to be one big hotel? Are they actually going to pull the Lindeen down? Or are they just going to build 2 separate hotels? Who knows? There's loads of rumours going around. If you've heard something, put down in the comments. But all of it is a big gossip at the moment. But as I say, if you're ever in Blackpool, give the Lindeen a go. I enjoyed my stay. I've stayed there twice. Now, talking about big blue hotels, there is actually a hotel here in Blackpool called the Big Blue Hotel. That's right up on Southshore. Another hotel that I've done a review of. I'm not 100% certain, was it 4-star or 5-star? I think it's 4-star. But it's actually part of the Pleasure Beach. They own it. The company who owns the Pleasure Beach own the Big Blue Hotel. I stayed at that hotel, really nice hotel again. A little bit dearer than the normal hotels here on the front. But it's a nice hotel. So that's the Big Blue right up on Southshore. Check the video out. As I say, I've done a review of that one. It must be, I think it was last November, so it was in the winter, because I remember it being absolutely freezing. So that's the Big Blue Hotel. As I say, it's part of the complex of Blackpool's Pleasure Beach. The same company owns the hotel. It is getting warmer as I'm walking, but that wind is definitely icy. Getting closer now up to Southshore, up to South Pier. lights this year, I don't know. Are they exactly the same as last year? Because I think that they look like they've thinned out a bit. They don't look like they used to be like they were years ago. I remember years ago coming here as a child, and I'll turn you around. The lights this year, I don't know. When they were turned on, they just didn't sort of grab me. I don't know. Have they thinned out the lights this year? There doesn't seem to be. They don't have that wow factor. Does anyone remember years ago, the 70s, early 70s, maybe early 80s as well? That they used to have the lights on the pavement as well. They used to have like massive big billboards with lights lit up on. And this is, I'm talking about between the piers, this is not sort of like, if you drive up towards Cleveley's, they seem to have those sorts of lights up there as well, like massive big theme boards as you go further up. I know last year I seen like this big massive Egyptian wall with all lights on. Now they used to have them along here on the pier. I'm sure they did. Put down the comments down below. Did they used to have massive big wall lights sort of like taken up the front with flashing lights on and like animatronics and stuff like that going on? I'm sure they did have. And something I haven't noticed while I've been here as well is the rocket tram. They have some novelty trams. They have the boat one, or they used to have the ship one, and the rocket one that used to go along the front. And I think they used to have like a Victorian tram as well. They're like the novelty trams. I know last time I was here, or I should say last year when I was here, I did go up to see if I could visit the tram depot. There's a depot not far from Central Pier that they used to allow you to go in, like a museum type of thing, where they hold the novelty trams in, and you can actually go in and do a tour of it, or you used to be able to go in and do a tour of it. Again, put down in the comments, is that museum stroke tram depot still open to the public? Can you actually go and visit it? And that's where they keep in storage the novelty trams, like your boat one, the rocket one, and as I say, the vintage ones, and some of the older trams that used to run along the Blackpool Golden Mile years and years ago. When I went to try and visit it, it wasn't open. So I'm not sure if it's still open now. Let me know in the comments down below. But I haven't seen them novelty trams running yet on the lines. Are they still running, or have they been taken out? Be sad if they've gone. The rocket one especially. I used to like watching that one come along. But I haven't seen it this year so far, and they definitely were running on the opening night, or should I say the big switch on. They definitely, nothing like that was running that night. Well, I didn't see it anyhow. But if you do come to Blackpool, I'm not 100% certain because I'm not in my car this time, so I haven't had a chance to drive up Cleveley's way. Let me know in the comments, have they got their big wall of lights again up that way? As you get further past North Pier, going up towards where the Imperial Hotel is, and past that, past the Savoy, past the cliffs, and they have these big huge walls, or they did last year have these big huge walls of lights, like theme things. They had like kiddies shows, animatronics working, all lit up, massive big huge walls. You're talking 50 foot by 30 foot high. And I distinctly remember last year having a little look at the Egyptian one, because I thought that was a real novelty one. And there's like a little theme park up there as well. Let me know in the comments. As I say, I'm not in the car this time, and the weather has been really bad. Let me know in the comments down below, is that actually up there? And why don't they put them down this end? Why are they got to be out the way? I don't understand why they haven't got the big novelty ones down here. They used to have, I'm sure they did. Put them all down in the comments if you remember them big walls of lights that used to go along the front. Maybe I'm making it up. But the lights themselves, the main strip lights that go along, they just seemed, I don't know. I mentioned this last year, that I thought that they just looked like the average garden lights that you would buy, you know, with the large bulbs. But this year, I don't know, they look even thinner again. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I know for certain that the firework display this year was basically two little sessions of coming off the top of the tower, I think it was a couple of blasts of fireworks, and then there was a little bit of a gap, and then a couple of blasts again. And I was hanging around waiting for something else to happen, and it never did. Whereas last year they shot them from the beach, and it was quite a big firework display last year, because they even had about, I think there was about 10 drones up in the air recording the actual fireworks. I didn't even see any of that this year. So are they cutting back on costs? I know the tide was in. I know for certain the tide was in this year where it wasn't in last year. Maybe that's the reason why they didn't do beach fireworks. Well, I'm getting closer to South Pier, and as you can see, I don't think the pier is actually open because I can't see any rides going at all at the moment. So I think South Pier is closed. It's amazing how a couple of weeks can make a difference. As I said, 2 weeks ago I was here with the big switch on. There was thousands, absolutely thousands upon thousands of people here. You couldn't move in Blackpool on the 30th of August. And it was 31 degrees. Kids have gone back to school, holidays are over with, and of course we're coming out of season now, aren't we? It's getting speed of him on that bike. Yeah, it's coming out of season. We're heading towards the winter, and that soon will be upon us, and so will Christmas. So you can see a lot of places are already closing up here in Blackpool, and a lot are only open for the weekends. I'm going to bring this to a close shortly because I'm virtually at South Pier now. So what I've done is just took a little walk between North Pier and South Pier, give myself a little bit of exercise. I'm starting to feel the heat under this coat. It is really warm, but my ears are ice cold. Should have worn my woolly hat. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walk around Blackpool. A little bit of a reminisce. As I say, at least the weather is far better than what it was yesterday. And I always say it, I keep saying this, I love Blackpool. People pull it to bits. I don't know why. I love it, and I've always loved it. It's always been a childhood place, and I've always come here. I've brought my own children here, and I'm bringing my grandchildren here now as well. So, you know, Blackpool has something for everybody. So as I said, I'm bringing this to a close. I'll catch you in the next video. Watch out for them hotel ones coming your way, especially from Benidorm, Tenerife, and of course these Blackpool ones that I'm doing now while I'm here. Give this video a thumbs up, a like, a share, and of course hit that notification bell, and you will be notified when the next videos come up. I love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.